our album with our pattern paper. And I already cut 2 pieces that measure 5 3/4 by 8. Okay, and you will go ahead and cut 2 of those sizes. All right, one for the back and one for the front. And that's what that one looks like on the back, and that one is the pink hearts on the back of the X and O's. So the X and O's is going to be my back part, and then the pink with the white letters is going to be the front. This is going to be the spine cover, and that's going to be 5 1/4 by 8. And that's what it looks like on the back of that paper. All right, and then we're just going to set those aside. I went ahead and cut my paper out so it goes from the top of the album to the bottom of the album. So there is no border on this. I just cut it straight to the 8 inches of our album. Here I went ahead and cut 2 pieces of the same paper. Okay, you're going to use the same paper to cut the inside pieces for the back cover and the front inside cover. Okay, so and so I'm just using the back of that one paper, the X and O's, and that will be that pink one right there with the hearts. Okay, and those 2 pieces measure at 6 1/4 by 8. Okay, and then those are the scraps that we have left over. All right, and then I'm going to show you these strips I keep. These are the top of the paper strips that sometimes people will cut out and you'll throw them away. And I always keep mine because you may want to go ahead and keep them for your gussets. So when you paper your gussets, you have something that's already a thin strip. And they're usually about a 1/2 inch or 3/8 of an inch, depending on how you cut it. So you want to keep those. I usually use them for tuck spots too. So and then, so right now, I'm just going to go ahead and measure out, or I'm just kind of laying my papers inside there and showing you that you want to go ahead and make sure that they are, don't go all the way to the inside of your spine crease. Okay, so right now we're going to go ahead and we are going to go ahead and just put tape on the back of these, and I'm just grabbing my Scor tape and I'm going from edge down to the bottom of the paper. Okay, so right there on the edge from top to bottom you will lay your Scor tape down. Okay, and I just go all the way around the paper, and if you're using glue, you'll just do the same thing. Just go along your edges like you do when you're matting down your paper to your pages. Okay, so you'll just go right along the edge there to make sure you have good coverage. All right. Okay, so here I'm just finishing up laying my tape down, okay, and I'm burnishing it down as I go. Okay, and you're just going to put like about 4 or 5 pieces, depending on how comfortable you are with your, wanting extra pieces in the back of your paper there. And you're just going to do all of your sheets just like I did that one there. So you're going to go ahead and put Scor tape on all of the rest of your pieces there. Okay, the front and back cover and the spine, and the inside cover and the back cover. Okay guys, so now we're going to go ahead and do our spine. And here we're going to go ahead and grab our spine patterned paper, and we are going to make sure it's cut at 4 1/4 by 8. And here you're going to go ahead and hold it down on the back of the spine. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and kind of fold it down, or if you want to, stand your book up and you can fold it around the spine area if that's easier for you. Okay, you can do it however you would like, whichever is easier for you. Here you're going to go ahead and hold this down, and you're just going to press and fold the paper around the spine area, okay? So you're just going to go ahead and kind of grab it and fold it in. You're going to grab a pencil, and you're going to go ahead, and once you have the spine, the pattern paper where you want it on your spine, okay, and you kind of have an idea of where you want your paper to lay, you're going to do a little telly mark on to the spine area there where the seam is, okay, right at that edge there. All right, and the reason why we're doing this is because we're going to score where those lines are, okay? And then we're going to grab our scoreboard. Alrighty, and you're just going to put your paper on top of your scoreboard, and where you made your tally marks, okay, you are going to score at that point. Now, if your tally marks don't line up with one of the marks up on top, just go ahead and mark or do a score line that is closest to your marked area, okay? So, and that's what I'm doing here, because my score line or my little tally marks didn't line up with the score marks, so that's okay. I'm just grabbing my little score tool, and I'm marking it with close enough to that score line or that little tally mark I made, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and fold that in, okay? So once you go ahead and burnish this in, all right, so you're going to burnish this in really good, and it may be a little stiff because your tape is behind there. That's okay. Just go ahead and burnish that down, because you want that to wrap around the spine. All right. So there we go. So, and mine kind of, it did, because I think I have a heavy hand, you guys, and so I went through the paper a little bit there with my score tool. So I grabbed some ink, and I used some rhubarb stock that is from J&S Hobbies. It's Memento ink, and I just went ahead and did some little circles around my scored areas, okay? And I'm just erasing my tally marks right there, and so I'm just kind of lightly going around the edges of my paper, okay? And then I go ahead and go around the score lines down the middle on the outside. And I'm just going in little circles here. Okay, so I went ahead and inked the edges on all three of these papers. So the front cover, the back cover, and also the spine cover, okay? So I'm just making sure that that it fits over the spine really well. And then I realized that I needed to go ahead and put on the front cover and the back cover first. So we're going to go ahead and put on the front cover and the back cover and then the spine. So I'm just tearing off the back of my Scor tape here. okay? And so I'm just going to go ahead and line that up from end to end. So there will be no border on my front cover, okay? Now if you want to have a border, you're more than welcome. Just cut your, instead of cutting it at 8 inches, you can cut it at 7 7/8, and that will leave you a nice 1/8 inch border around your book or your cover of your paper, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and put that. Cover on, I'm just going to burnish that down with my hand and just kind of rub that paper in so the tape adheres really good to the front. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn the book over and we will adhere the back piece. So here I'm adhering the back piece to the book. I went ahead and took off my tape and everything. So again, I'm only going to put the piece of design paper from the top to the bottom of the album. I'm not leaving a border, so there will be no border on this. Again, if you want to, you can go ahead and do a border on yours. Okay, so you would just cut that down about to 7 7/8 inch. Okay, instead of the 8 inches that I did. All right, so now I'm just burnishing that down really good. Okay. And then I'm really pleased with it, you guys. I love this book. It is turning out so great. I could not be happier. I'm so excited. I'm just getting my scraper and I'm burnishing my paper down really well. Okay, so we will go ahead and continue to do this. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add our spine. So for this part, we will just grab our piece and we will take off the tape here. And so I'm going to go ahead and get all of that taken off, and then I will be right back. Okay guys, so now I took off all the tape off of the spine piece that we're going to adhere on. And now what you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and make sure that it's folded on the score lines. You're going to go ahead and place that right on top of the spine. Okay, and make sure that it is lined up with your front and back cover that you've already placed onto your book. Okay, so here I'm I'm a little nervous because I don't want this to go on crooked. so you're going to go ahead and you can either have your book like I have it here, okay, or you can also turn it where it's upright, okay, and I think here I'm just lining it up with that back end piece, okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and go over to the other side and line that up. Okay. And then I just go ahead and make sure that it's on there straight. Okay. And I'm just matching up the score line with the seam, okay, of the book. And now I'm just pressing it in. Okay, so I always started with my back first, and then I just went ahead and then I made sure that it was securely burnished in, and then went ahead and did the spine, and then kind of folded my paper over to the front part of my book, okay, and then again just burnish that down really good, okay. And you can use your bone folder or your scraper or, you know, whatever you have there. And since we don't have our hinge in yet, you can definitely just hold it with your arm or your hand, your other hand, and just burnish that in really well. Okay. And then because I had a heavy hand when I was scoring, my paper kind of tore a little bit. So I'm going to go over that again with the inker. So, and then also you can use your art glitter glue, and you can use that to kind of adhere down your paper, okay? So I'm just going over my ink there on the spine. And there is our book. So yay! So we are almost done, you guys. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab the inside cover. Now this inside portion goes right there and right in the center of our book on the inside, okay? And that portion is actually going to measure 4 by 8, okay? And you're going to score at 7/8 and at 3, okay? So there, you're going to go ahead, and once you have that scored, you're going to go ahead and just place glue on that. You can place tape if you want to. You don't have to. You can use your glue. And I'm just going to place that right in the center of our spine there. And I'm just making sure that it's adhered down and that the score lines match where the seams are. Okay. And I'm just getting, using my fingers to burnish it down. And I'm making sure that the score lines are matching up really well to the seams. Okay. And again, that measurement's going to be 4 by 8, and you're going to score at 7/8 and at 3. Okay. And that's going to go right there. And then these pages right here, the inside cover and for the front and the back, okay, those are going to measure at 6 1/4 by 8, okay? And you're going to make sure that these two pieces don't go all the way to your inside of that seam, okay? So right here, I'm just erasing my little marks, and I kind of tore my paper right there. So when I erased, so make sure you don't press too hard. So like me, I press too hard. I have a heavy hand, you guys, so so just make sure you don't press too hard, okay? And then here I'm just lining it up with the edge of the book, and I'm also making sure that it's not into the seam, that edge of the paper is not into the seam area. Otherwise, when you close your book, it'll fold inward, and you don't want to have that, okay? Hi guys. Okay, so I'm back, and here what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and start embellishing and decorating our front of our album. And what I did was I took one of the cut apart cards that has this cute little kissing booth on it, and at the back looks like this, okay? And I went ahead and I'm going to fussy cut around that little booth there, okay? And I'm just kind of looking to see where I'm going to place this at. I'm also going to use this cute little heart banner. That is so cute. So I had to stick that in the front, y'all. That is just too cute not to put up on top of that album in the front. And then we're going to embellish it with some other items, stickers or chipboard and things like that. And then we're also going to go ahead and use a punch, okay? And this is going to be for our closure, all right? And then for the closure, you're going to grab your some sticker sheets, and you are going to need some little round chipboard. So you're going to punch those out with your punch. And I think I used just a thin piece of chipboard, not very thick, okay? And the punch is about 1 1/4 inch punch board, okay? And those, once you cut those circles, they fit really good over the stickers that are on top of the sticker sheet, the round stickers right there. And I'm going to go ahead and make you one for this one. So I'm going to show you how to make it, okay? So you'll just need to punch out 2 of the thin chipboard pieces, and then pick one of your stickers. And I'm going to go ahead and you choose this one, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, and I decided to ink the around the chipboard so that way it wouldn't be so plain around the edges. So I just grabbed my rhubarb stock ink, okay, and a little dauber, and I just inked around the edges. I didn't ink the whole thing, the inside and on the bottom or anything. I just made sure that my edges were really nicely inked up. Okay. So I just inked around the inside a little bit, just so it would, you know, have that color on it. And then I did the other one too, the bottom one as well. Okay, and I'm just showing you it's rhubarb stock and it's Memento, and you can get that over at JSN Hobbies and Crafts. So here we're just going to go ahead and continue doing that. And then once you're done, you can go ahead and you can grab your art glitter glue, okay? And you can go ahead and stick your sticker on that. Here I go ahead and I punch out just a couple of pieces of scrap pieces of paper that were in our pile already, and I just punched out one little circle to put on the bottom part, because you will need one that is covered, okay? You don't need to cover the back of this one because it's going to be adhered to your book. So then you're going to go ahead and grab a little punch, a hole punch, and you're going to punch a little hole right in the center of that circle. Okay, and then you're going to add your glue, and of course I need to go ahead and unclog my glue real quick. So just add your glue around there, okay, and then you're going to go ahead and adhere your little paper, your little, and I went ahead and inked that too, okay. You go ahead and stick that on, and then you're going to go ahead and find that hole that you punched in there, and you're just going to go ahead and either repunch that, or you could just grab your brad and poke your brad right through that hole, just like that, and then reverse it and stick your brad on that part right there where the paper is. So you're just going to stick your brad right through that hole. Okay, and then you're just going to go ahead, and I went ahead and stuck like my nails in there, like around the brad, so it kind of lifts up just a bit. Okay, you don't want it to lift up a lot, but just a little bit, so when we tie our string around there, our string will go ahead and kind of, you know, fit in between there. Okay, here on this one, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go ahead, I'm sorry, you're just going to go ahead and ink around your little circle. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and just stick that right on top of your chipboard there. I added glue to mine. Okay, sometimes when you ink around chipboard, your sticker doesn't stick very well, so you want to make sure you add some glue. Okay, or like Scor Tape or something. Okay, and then I just adhered that down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and put some of that glue on top of your brad, and you're going to put those two together like that. Okay, so, and I just put a little dot of glue. I didn't add a whole bunch. What I did was I added that glue, put my image on top of that, and then I set it aside to dry. Okay, and you're going to let it dry for a while. Okay, and then what you can do is you can go ahead, and if you have one of those tips, the thin metal tip to your glue, you can go ahead and add a little bit more on the inside of there just so it sticks really good. If you don't, that's okay. Just kind of see if you can push the glue in there with maybe your bone folder or a little stick or something. Okay, and then set it aside to dry. I let it dry for a good, I want to say at least a few hours. Okay, and then here I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut our booth out. Okay, and I kind of just cut around it. I really didn't get up close to the image. Okay, and I'm just showing you like what is part of that cut apart card set in the packet, and it has the black lines and the white lines on the back. Okay, so here I'm just cutting around the image, and like I said, I left a little bit of a border, not a lot, but I left a little tiny white border around it. I didn't cut very close to the image. Okay, so I'm just finishing cutting up the little booth here. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and cut the middle part out. And basically, it's kind of like we did in some of the other mini albums that I did with some cut apart cards, where you'll take your X-Acto knife and you will cut in between from one corner to the other corner. So you'll go right in the square here, cut from one corner down to the other corner. Okay, in an X, and you'll just kind of cut, and then you'll cut in between that X to the edge, and then from one edge to the middle part. Okay, and then you'll go ahead and get your scissors, and then you will go ahead and cut out around that. Okay. I'm just kind of putting the booth where I want it on the album. And then I'm going to grab the chipboard stickers. They're so awesome, you guys. I just love these. So, I'm going to get that cute little banner there, and I'm going to go ahead and add that on there. Okay. And then I went ahead and also grabbed the little hot air balloon. That is so cute. And because I thought I would use that too. I'm going to add the glue to the banner, but then I did decide after I put the glue on there that I wanted to add a window to the booth, and I also needed to glue the booth down first before I added the banner. So here I'm just, you'll just see here in a bit where I realize that I need to add or glue the booth down first and then the banner, because the booth is a little large and the banner goes over the booth. So I needed to glue that down first. So here I go ahead and put the banner to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my Scor Tape and add Scor Tape to the back of the booth. Okay, so okay, so now I'm just adding Scor Tape to the back of the booth, and I'm going to go ahead and add a window. So in order for you to add your window, you need to put the Scor Tape around the window area, okay? And then we'll add our window, and you'll just cut it the size of that, or not to the size of the window. You want to leave about a quarter inch from that window area, which I believe I cut the window at 2 3/4 by 3 3/8. Okay, so you kind of want to cut your window at that length, so, or those measurements, so that way your window fits right in there. Okay. So you go ahead and add your window in there, and then once you add your window, then you will go ahead and you will add in some more tape. So we will go ahead and put some tape on the end or on the bottom part of that booth, and then along the top. And I didn't put any tape close to the window edge, because I want my picture to slide through there. So I just stuck the tape right a little bit below, or right on the edge of that window and the paper where they meet. Okay. I didn't stick any tape on the sides of that window area where the window booth is, or the booth. The window in the booth. Oh my goodness, I can't talk today. So I didn't stick any tape on those sides, if you noticed, because I want my picture to fit in there. And since I don't have my picture yet, I figured I will add that later. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my booth down. Okay. And there we go. So you need to leave enough room on the side of your booth, okay, for your closure right there. So that's why I didn't add the booth into the center of the album. Okay. And now we can go ahead and apply our little banner there. So, yay! So cute! I love that banner with the hearts. It's just so adorable. So pretty. I love it. So, and then I thought about adding the hot air balloon, but then I started thinking and I thought, you know, I kind of wanted to stick that somewhere else. So I looked around for some other items and some flowers and such like that. So I did go ahead and I decided not to put any more of the chipboard on top of that booth. But you are more than welcome to add your chipboards. You can add whatever you want to the front of your album. I decided to go ahead and use some of the stickers that we had from the sticker sheet and save some of the chipboard items for the pages that we're going to be doing. So now I'm just kind of adding bits and pieces here, and I will go ahead and just fast forward, or I'll go ahead and play some music for you. Okay guys, so now we're ready to go ahead and put on our latch or our little circle latch. So here we're going to go ahead and add some glue to the back. I was going to add glue, and then I decided that I would try the Zots. However, the Zots did not work out like I had planned, so we did end up taking the Zots off and adding the glue. The glue was a lot better. So, right here, I will go ahead and put the Zots on, but then I realized once I got them on there, it just wasn't going to work. So we removed those, okay? Okay, so here I just left the Zots on, like I said, and I didn't realize that they weren't going to work until after we got our string on our book and everything and started wrapping it around. So that's when I removed the little closure and went ahead and did the glue. And removed the Zots. So here they're still on there, but I'm just letting you know that if you add those, it gives it a lift, and I just didn't like how it looked or how it worked. So we're just gonna go ahead and leave those on there, just like that. Next, we're gonna grab our string, okay, and I wrapped it like 5 times around, and you'll see here how I did it. And really you only need to do it 3 times. So 5 times was too much, I think. And now I'm just measuring it to see how much we actually need of our string. And I just wrapped it around the closure there. But really we didn't need that much. So, and like I said, I just kind of measured it, eyeballed it. I didn't really, and I wrapped it around a few times, but really you only need to wrap it around once or maybe twice if you want to, but really you don't need to wrap it around a whole lot. So here I went ahead and just measured out how much I wanted, and then I cut it. And I want to say maybe I cut it at 8, or no, maybe about 10 inches. But like I said, you don't really need to have that much because I end up cutting some off. And I went ahead and cut about 5 strings off that were the same size. But really, you only need 3 because I ended up cutting off the other 2 later because it was just too many strings on there. It just looked bulky and it didn't work. It didn't look right. So here I went ahead and I turned over the book and I got my Scor tape. I laid my strings down, okay, and I measured them to make sure they were even at the ends, okay. So I went ahead and secured it with Scor tape, okay. So I just laid that down. I cut little pieces of Scor tape and just stuck them over the string, okay. See how I thought it was I thought it looked okay, but it was really kind of bulky, and the 5 strings were just way too much for that little closure to fit through there. So really you only need 2 or 3. 5 is way too much. So here is where we're going to go ahead and grab our Scor tape, and we're just going to put a few pieces on top of them and lay it down, and then I go over it with the glue. So you'll see here in a minute where I get the glue and I just kind of lay the glue over the strings so they are set. Okay, so here I go ahead and put glue down right over the string. Okay, I lift it up and then I lay it down, and then I put glue on top of the string as well. So here I did a line of glue, kind of a thick line, so the strings would lay up on top of that. And I go ahead and grab some more Scor tape and lay the Scor tape on top of that. Okay, and here I'm laying glue on top of it now. And I didn't really measure my Scor tape. I just kind of eyeballed it. I knew I was going to stick a large cut apart on top of this to, you know, help cover that area. So I didn't put like big pieces, but, or longer pieces. I just kind of eyeballed it. I wanted it to just cover over, over the string. Okay. Enough to cover over it and adhere to the book. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and leave that and let it dry. And I still have the Zots on that little circle closure, but we will, in the next video coming up, we will be taking that off and then we will securing that down with the glue. Okay, so I am taking a short break and I will be right back.
Hi guys, I'm back. So I wanted to kind of go over the front of the book again, and we're going to go ahead and put everything together. So I went ahead and was just kind of playing around with the stickers and all of that kind of thing. And I actually was playing around with the ephemera too, or the ephemera pack, the bits and pieces. And so I found some of these little ticket things from the pack. And then this little ticket says kissing booth, only 25 cents, a smooch. So I went ahead and stuck that on here with some of the little stickers from the sticker sheet. So those little black heart stickers. So I stuck about 5 of those on. We did the little bird. And then I found these little ticket stubs inside the ephemera pack. So I went ahead and grabbed a few of those and thought I would go ahead and stick those on here. So I was going to go ahead and stick this one here like that, kind of like underneath that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on there. Since I know that I want these on here, I'm just going to go ahead and glue them on here. My glue. Sticky. So there we go. So I'm just going to glue that on there like that. Okay. And then this one I'm going to stick on top of there like that. So it's kind of like catty corner. So, or a little bit like sideways, a little bit wonky. So right there on the booth part. Okay. And then here I'm going to go ahead and stick these down here. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on here. Slide this one right up under here like that. And then this one's going to be like on top of there like that. Or maybe like that. Maybe under it. There we go. I'll do it underneath it. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick that on there. Maybe some little bit of glue on there. Let me get that underneath there just like that. And grab this, wipe up the glue. And we're good. So yeah, so I think I like that. Looks really cute. And then this right here, I'm just going to glue down. I'm going to put glue like right in through here, like this part. I'm not putting any glue onto my window area. So I thought that would be super cute. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick those little hearts down just like that. Okay, and then we got to put this on here. This is our little thing that we made with our chipboard, and it's for our little strings. And what I did was, I know we had 5 of these, but I went ahead and just did 3. So, and I might even have to cut it down to 2 because it was really thick. So I went ahead and cut off 2 of the strings back here, but I might have to cut off another one just because it seems like it's not like it works, but it's just thick. So I'm thinking 3 strings might be a bit much, but we're going to go ahead and glue this down here. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of open this up just a bit. And I'm just going to lay my flowers. I'm just kind of evening it with my string area. And I'm going to grab my fingers and just pull this down, the inside down, so it can glue on there. Okay. So adhere on there, I should say. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my, you can grab your little, what do you call it, bone folder, and go around it and just kind of make sure that it's adhering down. Okay, and I am using just a little stick that I have. It's a little rubbing stick for rub-ons, but I'm using that inside of there because I don't know what happened to my other bone folder. So I have to buy, I guess, a new one. So, and I'm just kind of making sure that this is going to adhere down. Okay. So I'm just pressing that down. And I'm just rubbing it down my bone folder, making sure that it's going to adhere. All right, so there we go. Rub it again. Okay, so there's that. And then we can go ahead and do our strings, and our strings will go just right in there, just like that. And there is your closure. So, and you can wrap them around there however many times you want. I just think that that looks really, really good. And so, yay, so that works. And then, of course, you can go ahead and our picture will go in here, okay? And so, yeah, so there's that. And then here we're going to go for our spine. So for our spine, I took out a couple of different things here, and I just kind of wanted to play around with them. And you all know, if you kind of been watching my videos, I like to have items on my spine where you can write dates or who's in the book or what the book is about, or, you know, whatever. And so I thought this heart would be like super, super cute on top of the little doily. So I thought that would be super cute, like right here, just like that. Okay. So put the doily there, and then move this heart here, just like that. Okay, and I thought that would be like really cute. And then I got our punch, and I punched out some little hearts and made this like little heart thing right here. And I thought I would just do a few of them down the side here. Thought they were really super cute. So either that, or we could just do a layering hearts. So we could also cut out some layering hearts. And I'm looking for the punch. Oh, here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down real quick. Okay. Just going to put some glue around here. Just like that. Okay. And then I think I'm just going to tilt this kind of, I don't know if I should tilt it. Maybe it doesn't look good tilted, but I'll just go ahead and put some glue on here. Just like that. Looks cute. Love that. So then I can write my date on here and, you know, what my book has in it or what my book's about. And then I can see what else we can do. So I think I will go ahead and keep that on there. So I'm just going to go ahead, some glue behind here. Now you can pop yours up if you want to use some foam tape. So you can do that. And I'm going to actually kind of slip it underneath those leaves there. Bring it down just a bit. Kind of tilt it. There we go. There we go. Just like that. Okay. So there's that. And then down here we can do some hearts. So for that piece, I thought we would go ahead and grab some of our papers and just grab some odds and ends that you have, or, you know, whatever. So like I have this. Got some items here that are just scrap pieces of paper that we can use. That. And then there's this one. Okay, so that's pretty good. Okay, so how to work this is you go ahead, and if you want the first heart, it comes out just like a heart. So you just go ahead and stick your paper in there, push down, and it gives you a cute little heart, right? So then if you want to have, like, let's say a heart with a frame, then you just scoot this button over, okay? Then you can go ahead and grab your paper, or you know what, I'll grab this one. I think this will work, hopefully. And you go ahead and push down, and it gives you a frame and a cute little heart, just like that, okay? So there you go. And then if you want a couple of frames and heart, then you'll go ahead and go to the last one, and that will give you, let's see, let's go ahead and use this paper here. You punch it all the way down, and you get 2 frames and a little heart. So you get a bunch of different things here. And I think that that is so cute. I've never had anything like this before. So I'm totally, totally in love with this. So, because how cute is that? I mean, you can use this, okay, and put this heart in the center. All right. Just like that. Or you can put, you know, this heart on top of here. You can layer them. So you have 3 hearts on top of each other like that. You can layer your hearts, okay? So if you wanted like 3 hearts together, you could do something like that, or, you know, something like this. Bring 3 of them in together like that. I thought that would be like super, super cute. And, or you can do this and then, you know, have them all 3 all together and have something like that. And I thought that was pretty cute. So I might go ahead and just cut out, I'm going to cut out a couple of big hearts. Okay. I'm just going to cut out a couple of big hearts here. So there's that. There's one. I'm going to squeeze that up there. Just like that. There's 3. So there's 2 hearts just like this, okay? And so I thought those would be like really cute, you know, like that. Or I could use these. I just haven't decided yet what I liked. And I kind of like that. And then here we could do like 3 hearts like this. So there's that too. Let me scoot that up just a bit. So just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these down just like this. And I might go ahead and just continue all the way down. So let's go ahead and lay these down. And the other thing you can do is you could use your stickles. So if you have stickles or you have any type of, what do you call it? Glitter paste or paint or something, you can definitely use that. That would be pretty fun. I think. Short like that. There. That looks good. Okay, just like that. Then we have another one going down here. I just love these frame hearts. They're so cool. They are really, really, really cool. Love them. So there's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some more of the frame hearts, I think. So, and then these hearts we can definitely use within our book. So I'm just going to stick those actually with the ephemera. And I'm going to go ahead and do one of these. So I'm going to go ahead and push, since I want more frames, I'm going to go ahead and push this all the way down here. Okay, just like that. And I am going to just cut just like that. And there's the other one. So I can stick this one on here and then stick this big one down here, just like that. So there'll be 2 little ones, or we could do a big one here. That. And then a little one. I kind of liked that black and white side. I should have used that side. That would have been a good one to use. Yeah, like that. See? That's pretty cool. And then I'm going to move this actually over a little bit. Actually, I might go ahead and just stick that under there like that. Kind of like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and grab my little wipey and wipe that up a little bit. And then here, I have a heart. So, or I could do an XO instead of another heart, which I think is really super cute. And just put the XO at the bottom. All right. So you just put the XO at the bottom here like that. And maybe do some lips. Under the heart. Let's see here. Just like that. And I'm just gluing this on. I'm just putting glue on here, guys. So just like that. That's pretty cute. So I love that. So there we go. So there's that. Now for the back, okay? And for the back, I really didn't decide on what to do, but we had all of these beautiful cut-aparts, right? And so I thought, you know, why not go ahead and just use one of the cut-aparts? And I really like all of them, to tell you the truth. They're all so beautiful. There's this one that has Love is in the Air, which would cover this. And then there's plenty that we could have on here that would cover it. This one's nice because you could actually turn it around. And if you were giving this away, you could write your name in here or whatever, you know. And then there's this one, Sealed with a Kiss, which I love that one because, you know, it's the end of the book. It's sealed. It's done. Right? So I thought that one would be a good one. And then we can also use some of our stickers for that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. And we're just going to go ahead and stick that on top of our back there. Okay. And I really, really like all of these cut apart. Alrighty. Okay, so just like that. And it is kind of plain. And I thought, well, you know, if we have to, we can definitely go ahead and we can add stickers to this. So that's one thing that's really neat about this. And here you have a space where you can write your name or, you know, if you're making this for somebody. So we're going to go ahead and take off our tape. And this is pretty well glued on, you guys. Using this art glitter glue, and your art glitter glue is so awesome. It sticks to anything and everything. So don't worry about your string coming off because it ain't going to come off unless you rip that off. So I'm going to go ahead and put tape around this. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick this. I am going to go ahead and stick it right, about 1/4 of an inch in. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make sure this is straight. Try to, anyway. Make sure it's straight. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and burnish this down. just like that. There we go. And we can go ahead and we can add some other things on here. So if you wanted to, you could put some flowers on it. Okay, definitely add maybe a flower or two on this. How pretty is that? And you know, we could decorate it up. I can use one of these on here. Okay, let me just stick that on there, right like that. Kind of want it in the middle, so just like that. Okay, and let's see. You definitely add some more hearts, or you could add let's see, what else do we have here? Have another flower here, and you've got a cupcake, and we have a jar. Let's see, what else do we have? What do we have in this area here? There's that. Follow your heart. Yeah. Oh, we've got more lips. Oh, let's put those. Yeah, let's go ahead and put the lips down there. That's super cute. Let me stick these lips on there. So there is the back, you guys. So we are done. So, and then again, you can write your little date or whatever you have on there. And I'm just going to move some of these little items over here. Okay, so now we are able to, let's go ahead and decorate the inside of our book right here. So for the inside of the flap, we are going to lay our book flat, okay, just like this. And it will probably pop up just because it's new and it's not been, we haven't done anything with it yet. Okay, so all right, so for the inside of our cover, I came up with a couple of things here. Okay, so for the front side, we are going to have one cut apart, which you will probably have to cut the sides down. Okay, you will use this piece, and then this, this cut apart right here looks like this in the back. Okay, and I'm going to just zoom out just a bit, so you guys can see a little bit more. There we go. So it looks like this in the back, and this is the cut apart that I'm using for the front. Okay, this piece is actually going to go on top of it's going to be a mat for our little flap, and it looks like this in the back. Okay, I cut all my pieces down. All my patterned paper is cut a 1 inch shorter than all of my pockets and pages and flaps. Okay, so your first flap is going to be at 5 3/4 by 7. Okay, so 5 3/4 by 7, and you're going to measure a 1/2 inch. All right, on this side. So this is the side you're going to need a 1/2 inch at. Okay, we are going to put this down right here. Okay, and this piece will go on top of here, and then you will cut down this piece to fit on top of there. Okay, just like that. Okay, then on the back here, you are going to cut a piece that is going to be 8 by 5 1/2. You are going to score a 1/2 inch on your right side and on your left side and on the bottom. Okay, and you are going to score 3 inches right here in the middle. All right. So again, this is going to be an 8 by 5.5 piece of paper, okay, that you're scoring a 1/2 inch on each side and on the bottom. All right. Then you are going to go ahead and cut out 2 pieces that are about 1 inch, 1/8 inch shorter, okay. The one thing that I did want to tell you, if you're going to use a border, which I am going to use on my flaps in my pockets, some of my flaps, though, not all of them, I compensated for everyone using a edge punch, okay? So once you use your edge punch, hopefully you will be able to cut down your pattern paper to fit underneath that that punch, okay, that pattern punch, whatever you use. Okay, just wanted to let you know that. So these right here are actually going to measure, let's see here, I wrote them down. These are going to measure 3 3/8 by 4 7/8, and they are going to go right here, right there, okay? And I may have to cut them down because I'm going to use my punch, okay? So this is actually going to go on the back of here. This will all be folded in and glued down right here. And then you will have some little tags that we make to pop out, okay? And you can put pictures in them or for journaling, whatever you'd like. And then here, this is going to go like this. And then here, we're going to have a little waterfall, okay? And I'm using my 4x4 cards for this waterfall, and I did 5. So I did 5 pieces, okay? And I stuck the 4x4 cards in the front, and then on the back, I will have the photos. So I thought that would be cute. Or you can have the photo, like, for instance, maybe the photo for hugs and kisses could be up on this one, or, you know, whatever you want to do, what order you want. But I just thought the 4x4 cards were really super cute and perfect for this, this waterfall. So for the waterfall, I did 4 1/4 by 4 5/8, okay, compensating for an 1/8 inch around for the 4x4 card. So once this is inside of our waterfall, okay, all of our waterfall pieces will fit together. You will have 1/8 inch around your 4x4 cards, okay? And this will go right here, okay? Once this piece is on here, okay, this will all fold over like this, okay? And this will be butt up against here like this. It may have a little bit showing here. And then here we're going to attach something that will be able to keep this closed, okay? So don't worry about that. We will do that. We will do that. So that is for our front of our book, okay? So those are the measurements for this piece. Okay, for the back of our book, I just did 2 pockets, and I kept it kind of simple. I did 2 little pockets, and what you're going to do is you're going to cut them at 6.5 by 4 1/4. Okay, so 6.5 by 4 1/4. You're going to score a 1/2 inch on your right hand side and a 1/2 inch on the bottom. You are going to score at the 3 inch mark here, okay? So again, score a 1/2 inch on the right side or the left. You know, put it in your scoreboard. You're going to score a 1/2 inch. Turn it, score a 1/2 inch, and then you're going to score at 3, okay, when it's on your 6.5 inch side, okay? So then you're going to fold this in half. You want to make sure that this right hand side folds into your crease, okay? That's what you want, all right? And then you are going to attach this. We're going to attach these like this, okay? Just like this. And they're just going to be 2 little pockets on the back, and you're going to have 2 little tags that come out, okay, from the side. All right, and then I went ahead and these are going to be the tags that are in the inside, and then for the outside, I will have to cut the papers, but I didn't do that yet. So anyway, so those are going to be the tags for the inside, okay? And then so that's for that. That's pretty super easy peasy and no problem. So once we cover the inside, front, and that cover, then we will move on to the pages, and then we will make our hinge later. So let's go ahead and get started with our front piece. Again, our front piece is 4 3/4 by 7, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put this piece on, which is actually going to be 1/8 shorter. So it's actually going to be 5 1/4, 5 1/4 by 6 7/8. Okay, so 5 1/4 by 6 7/8. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on here. This is the piece that I wanted up in front here. So I am actually going to just trim this down, leaving a little bit of a space. So I'm going to bring my cutter up here. All right. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here and cut a little bit. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up here. And I am going to go ahead, I mean, sometimes I will go ahead and, ink my edges. I'm not going to ink my edges probably on everything, but some things I will probably ink my edges on. And I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to try to do it very lightly. I don't want something very heavy on this, but, sometimes my fingers get carried away. So we will see how that goes. Okay, just like that. Alrighty. And so just like that, that's what I wanted. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to down here, just like that. And don't forget, I mean, if you want, we have our stickers and our chipboard items, and I will be embellishing as we go along. If I see something and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to stick that there, I will probably go ahead and do that. But I will probably go back and embellish later, because sometimes I don't do it right then and there. Sometimes I'll see something and I'll do it like just a little bit later. So like for here, I just really like these little black and white hearts. I think they're so cute, and I think I'm just going to stick one here. Okay, right there. And I think that's all it really needs for right now. So here is where you're going to go ahead and you're going to apply your glue. Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead and actually we're going to put this on here first, okay, because this needs to go on here. Before I do that though, I want to go ahead and punch my border, okay, across here. And so I just need to get my punch, my edge punch, and I'm just going to go ahead and stick this in my punch and start punching it. Okay. So, alrighty. So, and then you're going to go ahead and just cut that right there, just like that. Okay. And then here, you're going to fold down your flaps and you're going to cut on that X. Okay. So you're just going to cut right across on that X. just like that, okay? And you're going to fold those in. Okay, I'll just move all my stuff out of the way here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fold these in, and you should have something like that, right? And we're going to go ahead and stick that right here. So let's go ahead and put our glue right here. And then I'm going to tell you, you are going to need to put glue in that center where we had that 3-inch score line. Okay, so you're going to put glue in there as well. And I forgot, we need to miter that right there. And the reason why I'm mitering it is because if you're punched over that little flap, you may not want your punch sewing on the other side there. So, and then here you're just going to put glue right in between that line there. Okay, just like that. And I'm just going to wipe a little bit up with that. Okay. There. All right, and then you're going to put this towards your flap. Okay, so just going to line that up with your flap. Make sure your stuff is lined up evenly. Okay, and you want that on your little flap. Okay. There we go. And then don't forget to push down the middle part of this. Okay. So then you're just going to go ahead and burnish that in just like that. Okay. And I'm going to grab my little wipey here. Make sure that everything is good to go inside. So, and then the inside, I'm just going to grab this little stick guy and make sure that it's all good. So you'll want to grab your bone folder and just make sure that it's all good in there. Okay, that you have two sides for your tags that we're going to make. All right, and just go ahead and go down that middle part. All righty, so there we go. So now you can go ahead and paper these, and then you can go ahead and put this on your book. So we're going to put that on our book, and then we'll put paper on these. So here you're going to go ahead, and it's up to you again. If you want to miter your edges, you are more than welcome to miter your edges. It's totally up to you. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. It just depends. But I know that a lot of people don't do it, and I think it's just a personal preference. So it's just, I think it just depends on the person. You're just going to go ahead and lay that right there in your book, okay? And I'm leaving about a 1/8 inch from the edge of the paper. Just going to open that up, grab my wipey, burnish that down, okay? And then here you're going to have this, right? So you don't want people to see that, okay? So this is where you can grab, you remember your top pieces of your paper that I told you to save? So like when you cut your pieces, I think I cut all my pieces. Oh wait, here we go. So like when you have your paper, okay, you have these top pieces right here. I want you to save those because they are great little pieces for tuck spots. They're great little pieces to put down in these little areas right here, this 1/2 inch strip. When you do waterfalls or you do anything, you may not have a whole bunch of them that are the same, but it doesn't matter. You can, I mean, you can create you know, when you create your waterfall, you create your album, it's all about creativity. And so using these for those little areas that you have showing is a great way to save the rest of your paper for what you need it for, like covering pockets or covering a page, or, you know, or doing a layout. So that's why I keep these. Okay. So, okay. So for then right here, go ahead and find a strip, you know, whatever you want to use. And I found one that kind of fits perfectly. So I kind of like that. I might go ahead and just use that one. Let's see here. If I have another one. Got a flower one. And let's see. I think that was that one. And there's that one. That one would fit perfect. I might have to cut this one off a little bit, but I think this one will fit just right. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that. And when you cut that, save the other piece too, because it's on the back. Okay, so save that. Okay, and then here I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this real quick. And then just go ahead and lay down some glue. And you're just going to go ahead and lay that strip down just like that. And there you go. So if you're new to scrapbooking, don't let those kind of things, you know, intimidate you or anything like that. You can definitely do this. If I can do it, I know y'all can do it. Okay? If I can do this, you can do this. I know. I promise you. You can do this. So, okay. So now we're going to go ahead and lay down our little pieces here. And I cut out some pieces to go on here, and I'll probably have to cut them down further just because I don't think I cut them down enough. So, so here, and then here you can definitely put like a little strip. So if you have, oh, I don't know, something, you know, kind of tiny like this, you can just cut that in half. Cut it smaller, you know. And I'm just looking for a small piece, like actually a thinner strip than this is what I'm looking for. And okay, so, all right, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this right down the middle here. And I'm just eyeballing it, so I'm not really measuring it. I'm just eyeballing it. So I'm just going to stick that right in the middle because I know that's where my middle piece is. And or you can use, you know, if you want to use this little piece here, you can. I'm just using a little teeny tiny piece, okay? And I'm just going to put some glue on that. Whoops. And I'm just going to put that right down the middle of my, right on top of that score line, okay? And now I'm going to measure, so I think, like I said, I measured it before, but I think because, so let's go ahead and cut our pieces at 3 1/4 and by 4 1/2. So 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So I will definitely have to change this on the instructions. Okay. So that's going to go there, and then this piece is going to go here. So that's how I was going to do mine, just like that. Or I could do that there, do this here. Just like that. See if that works. Yep. Yeah, that works. Okay. So, and I can leave a little bit of room here. So on these, I can go ahead and I can use just a little bit of Memento ink on them. Okay. Not going to use a lot, just a little bit to just kind of give it a little bit of color around the white edges. And if you notice, I'm not doing it heavy, so I'm just kind of like going down, doing it very light. Okay, just like that. Right? Just like that. And then that will be like that. Okay, so there is that piece, that part, and I will glue those down. So, and I don't know, I kind of like this, but I kind of think I might use a different one. I like this envelope one, but I don't know, it's just not, it is just not working for me. Maybe it's this part. I don't know. So look through your scraps before you cut. You know, I always tell you guys, look through your scraps before you cut down anything, because you never know. You may have a scrap that fits perfectly in that area. And, you know, that way you don't cut out new items for that. So I just think that that looks too busy. Okay, so for this pocket, I went ahead and picked out a couple of different pieces of paper, and you can ink them around if you want to. I'm not going to ink them, so I'm just going to put my ink to the side, and then I'm going to go ahead and put them right here, just like that. Okay, and I just need to get my ink working. Go. I don't know, I kind of like that. That is cute too. Ugh. You know what? I think I'm going to do this side. I think I'm going to do that side. Wasn't going to, but I really like the pink X and O's. I think it goes really good with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick that right up here. Slide it over just a bit. Go. Just like that. So, all right, so there is one pocket covered. And then this pocket, debating if I want that or like this side. Let's see. Hmm. That's too little. Let's see. I've got the black X and O's. And then there's that. This one I did ink, but I think I might keep that one. Just can't make up my mind. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. I think this one is the one I'm going to keep. So I'm going to go ahead and set this right like that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, I went ahead and inked this one just to kind of bring it out a little bit more because it was white all the way around. So I thought I would ink it up just a bit. There we go. Just like that. And there we go. So there is that. And then we're going to make some little tags here. And the little tags, they're just going to be, they're just going to fit right in through here, okay? And I believe those are actually going to be 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And I think that those will work. So let's see. We may need to cut them down. Nope, I think they'll be fine. 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And these we're just going to go ahead and we are going to, so we want to make sure that, you know, when they come up, okay, that they don't cross over into our spine area here, okay? So this is going to work perfect. So these right here will be 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, and you just need 2 of them, and these are your tags. So those are the tags that are going to fit in those pockets, and you'll just need 2 of those. Okay, and then to make your tags, if you want to, you can just round the corner, or you can make them into little tags. And how I make my tags is I just go ahead, fold them in like this, grab my scissors, and make a little triangle, and just cut it just like that. Okay, and there is your tag. And you can go ahead and add a little string here or whatever you want, but we are actually going to use some little hearts on these. So, and the hearts that we're going to use are going to be the hearts that we cut out from our punch. So, where did those go? Right here. So there is one heart there, okay? And you can use the ephemera hearts too. I mean, these are the hearts that I punched out right here, okay? So I'm going to stick them right here. So these actually go in that, okay? And see, here is another heart that I punched out. Okay, but you can use any ephemera you want. I mean, if you want to use the ephemera hearts, they look like this. Okay. The little hearts that I did were just pieces of scrap pieces of paper that we had. You can use the little heart even. Okay, you can use the little hearts that we have. You can use the little envelopes as nice little pull tabs, I mean. So, can use those. You can use whatever you'd like. Actually kind of like using this little envelope is really super cute. So I will be right back. I have to go let my dogs in and I'll be right back.